What's up, my glam dolls? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. As you can see, there's a new intro on my channel because 2021 I'm going to be making a lot of changes for my YouTube content, and I also have a different background right now. I am currently in a different setting, so for the meantime I will be having some videos with this different setting. So I apologize if you hear a little background noises. Like I said, I am in a different setting right now. I might have a little bit of an echo going on. But anyway, so for today's video I wanted to create something very natural, not so natural, but something more on the neutral tones, and I actually used the Makeupbymario palette today. That's actually the only palette that I used in this video, and I absolutely love the way this makeup look turned out. I actually had to recreate this video twice because the first time I recorded it, the quality wasn't as good as I thought, and I actually changed my lighting system and it was just not it. So if you guys have not seen the Makeupbymario palette, which I'm sure you have, he actually recently came out with this palette, I want to say about 3 or 4 months ago, and it's actually available at Sephora's store and also in Sephora's website and also in his website, which I will have everything linked down below if you guys are interested. This is his Master Mattes palette right here. Comes with 12 eyeshadow palettes. They're all mattes and all neutral colors. Now this palette is definitely way overpriced for what you're getting. It retails for $48 for 12 eyeshadows, and in my opinion I don't think it's worth it, but it is very good quality. If you're a makeup artist like myself, this is definitely a really good palette to have with you to travel with because it is travel friendly and you get all neutral tones in this palette. Like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn that post notification up top so you can stay updated whenever I post a brand new video. So if you guys are interested to see how I created this makeup look, definitely don't forget to keep on watching. Okay, you guys, jumping into the eyes, we're going to be using the Plouise base in the shade Rumer number 2. This is an OG favorite of mine. I cannot go a makeup look without using this concealer. Now moving on to the Makeupbymario palette. This is his Master Mattes palette. I absolutely do love this palette, but it is very pricey for what you're getting. I'm going to be taking the shade Matte 12. He doesn't have any specific names to it. It's just the numbers. So I'm going to be using this on the outer corners of my crease, and I'm going to be blending that out with the shade Matte 9. I'm really just making sure that this is as precise as possible. I don't want it to be too muddy, so I'm being very careful whenever I'm blending the shade to the crease. Using the shade Matte 4 and Matte 8, I'm going to be using this just to blend out the outer edges of my crease. This is just going to make sure that that rustic red shade that we used previously is nice and blended. I don't want to have any harsh edges, so this is just going to help with that blend. And as you can see, I'm going to go back with that black shade because sometimes whenever you blend too much, you end up losing some of that product. So you just want to make sure that you go back and intensify it to your liking. Now I'm using my favorite base. This is the Plouise base, and I'm not going to actually cut my crease. Right here you can see I'm actually using a flat fluffy brush. Brush I'm using is by Luxie. This is the 209 large shader brush, and I'm really just using this just to create the shape that I want for this makeup look. It is going to give you that illusion that you're cutting the crease, but you're not. So this just makes cutting the crease so much easier even though you're not cutting the crease. So you want to make sure that you're actually blending this shade because this is a very sticky base. So you just want to take your time and blend it. I'm taking the shade Matte 1. This is just going to set that base, and I'm going back into that black shade again. And I'm really just going to intensify that more on the outer corners of my crease. Going back into the two neutral shades that we used, I'm really just focusing this right on the center of my lid. This is just going to blend the black in with the white shade that we use, and it's also going to give that neutral tone in the center. So I learned this technique by Tanisha on YouTube. She's actually a YouTuber here. If you guys don't follow her, I will have her stuff linked down below. But what you do is you will use like this art brush by Michaels, and you're just going to intensify that rustic shade that we use focusing it right where that cream base is. So this is just going to give you that illusion of a cut crease. I'm going to go back into that cream shade just to add that to my brow bone. So now I'm going to use my Inglot Gel eyeliner, and I'm not going to create an eyeliner. I'm actually just focusing this on my lash line. So I'm going to use that black shade again from the palette, and I'm just going to set that in with that shade. And you want to make sure that you blend the outer edges because you don't want to have any harsh line. So right here, I'm just going back in with my Morphe brush and I'm just blending that out. Now for lashes, I'm actually using this Beauty Creations lashes in the style Brave. If you guys haven't tried their lashes, I definitely recommend to do so because they do have really good quality lashes and it's very affordable and so cheap. Let me know how you guys like it. Now I'm going to tightline using a black eyeliner. I absolutely loved using this technique just to make sure that there's no skin showing. So moving on to the skin, I'm going to start out by using my Watermelon Glowrecipe face mist. I absolutely love using this before I apply any of my foundations because it just hydrates the skin so much more. For foundation, we're going to be using the Rarebeauty Foundation. I will have all of the shade names down below because I actually don't remember, but this shade is a little bit darker than my skin tone, but it's okay because once we add our concealers and cream bronzers, everything is gonna fall into places. And I've actually been loving using a brush to blend my foundation. The one I've been using lately is this brush by actually TJ Maxx, and I will have the names down below if you guys are interested. This brush was only $7 and it is absolutely amazing, and it fits in every crevices because it's not a big foundation brush. Moving into our cream bronzer, I'm actually using this Juvia's Place stick foundation in the shade Guinea. This is my absolute favorite cream bronzer to use because it just gives you that perfect coverage, and this shade right here is literally so perfect for my skin tone. I absolutely love it. It's so creamy and it just blends in so perfectly. To blend out my cream bronzer, I'm going to be using my foundation brush that I used earlier. This is just going to keep everything super blended, and it's actually just going to help melt the bronzer into the skin because there's excessive foundation on the brush already. I love to use circular motion and also swiping motion whenever I blend my bronzers because it's going to help not interrupt the foundation that we already blended underneath the skin. For blush, I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta Cream Blush Duo. I absolutely love this blush, but it's so expensive. But honestly, I feel like you should have it in your collection because it is so worth it. It gives you that really healthy blush look. For concealer, we're going to be using my absolute favorite concealer, and I'm also going to be using this collab powder. I wanted to show you guys what powder I'll be using today because I actually want to avoid any creasing under the eye. So right after I blend my concealer, I'm going to hop right into the powder. To blend out my concealer, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. I absolutely love this sponge. It's amazing. If you guys haven't checked out e.l.f. sponges, I definitely recommend checking them out because it is so affordable. You can find them at your local Ulta, Walgreens, or even Walmart. In my opinion, I think this sponge is better than the Real Technique sponge, but what do you guys think? So going in with the collab powder, I'm not going to bake under the eyes. I'm really just going to set that concealer. I haven't been baking for a while because my under eyes has been so dry during the winter season. To set the rest of the face, I'm going to be using my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade Medium. This is an absolute favorite of mine, and I'm also using this Japanese brush by TJ Maxx. For bronzer, I'm going to be using this Ace Beauty bronzer palette. I absolutely love this palette. I actually got this on my BoxyCharm I think a couple months ago, and it's been an OG favorite of mine these past couple months. To set that cream blush from earlier, I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics Orange Truffle Blush. If you guys have not checked out BH Cosmetics blushes, I definitely recommend you do so. It is so amazing and it is so affordable and it is very pigmented. So it's just a win-win. And I'm using this brush by Real Techniques. I absolutely love using this brush to blend out my blushes. So moving on to our highlighter, I'm going to be using my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter. This is an absolute favorite of mine. I've been using this for years already, and I absolutely love it. It just gives you that perfect glow. Like, look at that highlighter, girl. I'm going to be using my Watermelon Glow Mist just to add extra hydration and also to set the base makeup. So to finish the eye makeup, I'm going to use my black eyeliner just to use that underneath my lower lash line. This is going to give us that smoky look, and I'm going to be using this black shade from the palette, and I'm just going to set it and also use it to tightline underneath my lower lash line. And I'm going to use this rustic red shade just to intensify the shade a little more and to also connect the lower lash line shade to what we have in the crease. Moving on to lashes, I'm going to be using this Tarte lashes, and I'm really just going to set my lashes and also use that on my lower lash line. For lips, I'm going to be using my favorite lip liner. This is the Morphe lip liner in the shade Bite Me. For liquid lipstick, I'm going to be using the Laura Lee Los Angeles liquid lipstick in the shade Nakey Nakey. This is the perfect nude liquid lipstick that I own. I have been using this combination for literally every makeup look this past couple of days, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to be blending this shade in with a brush. I like to use a makeup brush just to blend it out, just to make sure that there's no harsh edges. And I'm going to go back in for the second time just to intensify that nude on the center of the lips. I like to use this technique to add more of a nude combination to my lips. I really love this liquid lipsticks. If you guys haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend you do so. You will not regret it. To set the rest of the makeup, I'm going to be using my Beauty Creation Watermelon Setting Spray. I absolutely love this. It smells really good. That is basically it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!